Midos ba'adam. There are four different, call it character traits in people, as far as possessions go. This is talking about possessions. There are people that say, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours. Then there are some people that say that what's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. It's a bit crazy. Whatever I have belongs to you, but whatever you have belongs to me. Communism. Then there's a type of person that says, whatever I have belongs to you, and you can keep what you have. And then there's a type of a person that says that what belongs to me is mine, and what belongs to you is also mine. In other words, the first one says 50-50, right? The other one says complete confusion. Mine is yours and yours is mine. One says everything belongs to you, and the other one says everything belongs to me. Let's see. Arba midos ba'adam. There are four different character traits in people. Well, a person that says what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours, this is what's called an average person. And some people say this is like Sodom. You know, Sodom and Gomorrah. This is cruel. We'll see why. Kati will explain. People that say what is mine is yours and what is yours is mine. This is a fool. I'm a oritz. It's crazy. Whatever I have is mine. Whatever you have is, whatever I have is yours. Whatever you have is mine. It means there's no ownership. Then there's a person that says what is mine belongs to you and what is yours belongs to you. Everything belongs to you. You can take it all. If you want anything from me, just take it. This is a chassid. This is a chassid. You really need something of mine? Okay. Then there's a person that says, I'm going to make you into a chassid, whether you want to or not. What you have belongs to me, and what I have belongs to me. Right? If I do that of my own free will, and I say, yours is yours and mine is yours, then I'm a chassid. But if I turn it around and I force you to do it, and I say, okay, now what yours is mine, and what mine is mine, then that's called an evil person. Arba midos ba'adam, there are four attributes in a person, in interpersonal conduct. Binyan Ezra v'hanav hadarit, we're talking about helping and how do you say, letting a person, giving a person use of your things or your money. Number one, a person that says 50-50, what is mine and what is yours. Einenu rotze lahanotcha mishali. In other words, I don't want you to have anything to do with my possessions, and don't let me have any use of your possessions, right? America, that's very, very common. In America, you have next door neighbors and people that they don't even say hello to each other. They don't even know who lives next door. I have my world and you have your world. You keep out of my world, I'll keep you out of your world. This is Mita Beinonis. This is what's called average. Shaladama Beinoni. She'enu Chassid. He's not a Chassid. He's a normal person, but he certainly is not evil. Shari Nizarhu Lehenos Mishalo. He doesn't take anything of anybody else's. He uses only of his own. That's pretty good. Says, yeah, it's pretty good, but it's also pretty bad. Some people say, Zum Midas Sodom. This is what's called the Midah of Sodom. Sodom, cruelty. In other words, Midah Zu Shalola Hanos. This, okay, you say, I'm not going to steal from you, but I'm not going to let anybody get any use of my things. This is a very bad thing. Shenagu bo anshe Sodom. This is what the people of Sodom did. In other words, what's it saying? I'm not giving charity. I'm not giving charity. You're poor, it's your problem. By means of this, manu regal orchim mi beneim. Also, another thing is they wouldn't take any guests, right? You want to have something to eat, you want to stay by my house. Get your own house. What are you talking about? I won't mess with your house. You don't mess with my house. Don't come into my life. I won't come into your life. Ava achzaro means that they are cruel to the poor people. and the indigenous people don't have any food, money, like it says, it's pasuk in Yechezkel. And by the way, you should read Yechezkel. It's pretty easy. Yechezkel was a prophet right in the end. He was one of those prophets in the end. He prophesied to the Jews that were taken already into exile, into Babylon. And so he's chastising the Jews for their bad actions, but he's also giving them hope. That he get, especially by Yechezkel, was the whole story of the bones coming together. He went and prophesied over the bones, and then we talked about this before. He said these bones are the Jewish people, and just like they're all bones and there's no flesh on them, they're all dead. I'll bring them all to life again. That'll be pretty good. It's going to happen. What does it say in Yechezkel? He's telling the people off. This was the sin of Sodom, your sister. He's telling the Jewish people of your sister Sodom. Gaon savata lechem v'shalva hashkeit hayala ulevanoteha. There was satisfied with bread and quiet to her and her children. But they didn't help poor people. Right? Everybody kept to themselves. Harav Bartanura says, Zemirat Sodom. Bartanura is the other explanation. It's down here. See, here's Bartanura here. This is, excuse me. He brings always the second. Here. See, Rabbi Vadya Bartanura, this is his explanation. The Rab Bartanuri explains this is the aspect of Sodom. Karova Davilavoli Mira Sodom. Says this is, what do you mean? This is Sodom. It's very close that you can become a sadistic person like they were in Sodom. Shemitoch Shahu Regil Bekach. A person is used to what? Saying, I'm not giving any charity, right? And I'm not expecting any charity from you. Then I feel a bit even to let my friend get some pleasure from me and I don't lose anything, lo yirtzeh le'anos, he won't let him. I remember one time, a long time ago, we were in Florida. I was there, it was one of the Talmidim that learned in the yeshiva, and we went, his mother, we're traveling on, anyway, she became very, very thirsty, and there was no place to buy. So we went to somebody's house outside, there was a faucet, outside of the house. And she just wanted to have a drink of the, we just touched the faucet. They started screaming at us from the house. I'll never forget. What do you want? Get out of here. Leave alone. I said, the lady just wants to drink. Have a drink. Get out of here. Finally, the man or the wife, she said, oh, just a drink from the faucet. Okay, it's all right. Good. In other words, what does it mean? Listen, I asked something from you. What are you asking things from me for? What are you coming from me? You leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. Says, good. On one hand, you can say, it's okay, it's right, the person is not infringing on me. But on the other hand, it's not good because you're getting used to being cruel. If I'm okay, everybody's okay. I'm sorry. This is what the people in Sodom did. Their intention was so that there wouldn't be any guests, no visitors. The word would get around, everyone would keep away. Even though that they had much plenty in front of them, they weren't lacking anything, but nevertheless they said, God gave it to us, it's ours. Who said we have to give charity? Well, Midrash Shmuel, there's another explanation. Why is it if we say mine is mine and yours is yours, this is Sodom? It explains like this, that there's the two previous explanations are proper. What are the two previous explanations? That first of all, it says that the person won't want to give any charity. And second of all, he says he won't want to have any guests coming to him. There's no argument. Shekain akol olech achar kavana ha'amor. It goes after the same intention. A person doesn't want to give charity and he doesn't want to take any guests. Means if the reason that he doesn't want to take from others is in order to receive what says sonim matanot yechia, that it says that it's one who despises free gifts will live, that's good. Ella b'shvil, Ella b'shvil sheyochal amod b'zeh hu mosif b'omar. But it says shali shali. What's mine is mine. Harizeh mido beinonis. If a person says, listen, I'll get along with what I have. Thank you very much. I don't want to receive charity. That's okay. That's all right. But if his intention was, the reason he doesn't want to receive charity is because he also doesn't want to give charity. But his main intention, why don't I want to receive so that I won't give to someone else? Because he's very worried about his own money. What it says, mine is mine. Mosif, and he says, Rak shalach shalach. And therefore he says, and what is yours is yours. This is midas dom. And what's going on? What is he saying? It's a strange thing what he's talking. If a person says to himself, listen, I'm self-sufficient. You don't have to help me. It's not so bad, right? I don't need help from anybody. I don't want to take charity from everybody. I want to work for my own hard labor, right? This is good. He has pride in himself. He wants to work. He doesn't want to take. There's people in America that all they want to do is receive, right? There's this whole crazy thing in America now about socialism and, everybody, the government owes me everything. I have to give me everything. This is terrible. The person he wants to receive all the time. Says that's very bad. But there's something worse than that. Is that what? He wants to receive. Even worse than that, he doesn't want to give anything. He doesn't want to give it. If a person always wants to receive, okay, let's say he wants to receive. Maybe he's going to hurt himself because doesn't want to contribute anything. He doesn't want to work. But if he says, no, I'm not going to give you anything either, right? I want whatever I have. I don't want the government to give me anything. I don't want any welfare. I don't want anything. I'm living on my own. But on the other hand, I'm not going to give anything to anybody either. So if he wants just to be self-sufficient, that's not so bad. But if his whole motivation for doing it is, what's going on here? Why did it do this? If his whole motivation for doing it is that he doesn't want to give to anyone, that's called sdom. What about a person that says, mine is yours and yours is mine? Shemahane et chavero mimamono, kadei shegam hu yaneh mishel chavero b'shas hatzorech. This is what's called an amoritz. Shamida zu tovahi, it's okay. The yishuv shel oritz, everyone's giving and taking. Kach noagim rov bnei adam, lehanos lehanos b'mida shava. Right? You have a next door neighbor, you borrow from them, and then you let them borrow from you. Very good. But some people say, amoritz. According to this, amoritz means a good thing. This is a person who settles the world. Right? He's not so careful about his own property. He doesn't care about his property. And on the other hand, he knows the other person is also not care. We're all friends. Not so bad. That's called the amoritz. Some people say, amoritz is a bad thing. Amoritz mipisha ein ben tarbut. He isn't settled in the world. She'enu mavchin ben shelo shelvero. He's not making any distinction between mine and my friends. Everything is everybody's. So that brings catastrophe. I remember there was, right, not important, I guess. when I was, after I finished university, so I went with some friends, we went to California. In California, they had a whole different mindset. This was like in the 60s, the end of the 60s. It was like a really, big, cool thing that nobody owned anything. No one owned anything. I mean, people did have things, but it was not mine. And there was one guy, I remember, that he had his car, and he would just leave his car in front of his house with the keys in it. Anybody wants to take it would take it, and you're on your honor, you bring it back. And there was a couple times when he went out and he needed the car, and the car just wasn't there. I think in the end, somebody stole his car anyway. But you want to say, listen, mine is mine. Whatever happens, happens. Somebody wants to take it, it's good, it's the karma, that's this. Okay, in one way, it's good to have a life, just row your boat gently down the stream. Says the Pirkei Avos. Some people say this is very bad, that this is a destructive, ignoramus society. What about a person that says that mine belongs to you and yours belongs to you? He doesn't want to get any pleasure from others, but on the other hand, He's not possessive with his own things. He says, this is very good. In other words, he's giving charity from whatever he has, and he doesn't want to take charity. Then finally, Omer Shali Shali Shalach Shalach, what is mine, and what is yours is mine. Shenani, he wants to get a pleasure from other people, but he doesn't want to give anything to anyone else. This is a Russia that he desires money of others, and he does not desire to do good to anybody. I remember once there were some of these people that they're by the kotel and things like that, and they can sometimes go, and I think a lot of them are just simply not normal. But if you don't give them a proper amount of charity, what they think is proper, they start yelling at people. And there were a couple of them who used to curse people out. Curse people out. What, you only giving me a dime? You only giving me a nickel? You only giving me this? And they're cursing people on them. And I heard one person say to them, it's really bad, isn't it? They didn't give you enough. A person that doesn't give enough, he's really bad. Yeah, Russia. He said, well, that's nowhere near as bad as you. You don't give anything to anybody. All you do is just take. If it's bad to give a little bit, then think how bad it is not to give anything, only to take, and then shut the person up. Kept them all quiet. Right? All of them, they had nothing to answer. So that's, it's a very good thing to own possessions. It's a good thing to give to others, but it's not a good thing to expect from others that they do the same. In other words, I'm willing to give up everything that I have. Now let's turn the tables a little bit. You prepared to give everything up that you have. Give it to me. A lot of times that was basically, unfortunately, what communism was. And my teacher, Rabbi Mendel Futterwas, said when he was a young boy, a young school, he remembered seeing them taking people, the communists in the revolution. They took people out of their houses, rich people. It was a crime to own money. It was a crime to be successful. They took people out of their houses and they shot them in the street if you had money. Because they said, now it's happening in America. If you have money, you have to give, power to the people. You have to give to everybody. You have to distribute. So in other words, what does it mean? Whatever is mine, and what's yours is also mine. That's called a Russia. That destroys the world. Let's do another one. Arba midos bedeos. There are 4 types of personality. The other one was also personality, but we'll see what this means. A person that gets mad easily, but he also calms down easily. A person that gets mad only with difficulty, but once he gets mad, he stays mad. A person that he gets mad with difficulty, and once he gets mad, he can very easily be appeased. Then there's a person who gets mad easily, and it takes a long time for it to get appeased. 4 ways. Let's look at them again. What does it say, the Mishnah? Noach lakaos, noach lichos, noach liratzos. A person that's easily angered, but he's easily appeased. Yotze scharo befsedo. The reward, whatever good thing that he gets, his benefits by being easily appeased, he loses it because he gets easily angered. It's a good thing that you get appeased easily. That's good. But the reward that you get from being appeased easily and stopping, you lose it all because you're always getting angry quickly about every little thing. But you forget it quickly. A person, it's very difficult for him to get angry, but once he's angry, he stays angry. Then yotze hefsedo b'scharo. Then he loses his loss in the in his reward. 1 second, let me pull my head. Yeah, that's right. That's right. What he loses by getting, it's very difficult for him to get angry, but it's very difficult for him, to be appeased. That's bad. But on the other hand, it's very difficult for anybody to make him angry. So therefore, the reward nullifies the bad. What about a person that's very difficult? It's very difficult for him to get angry, but it's easy for him to forget. It's very hard to anger this person. Once he does get angry, and he forgets it quickly. That's a chassid. A person that gets angry easily, and once he gets angry, he stays angry. This is a rasha. This is an evil person. Let's look at the Kati. Arba midas tochanas noach lakas. He gets angry easily. Sha'al kol davar. Then every small thing, whether it's big or small, that he doesn't agree with, is he gets angry. It says a person gets angry. Really, truly, a person is not supposed to get angry about anything. Truly. It's very difficult not to do. But once you do get angry, is what you're supposed to do is immediately say, hey, that's not right. Nothing good has come out. And not only that, it says if you're angry, it's like worshiping idols. Because the only reason I'm getting angry is because I'm thinking, God did not do this. This happened to me. It's not that God is doing anything. This person did it. He did it. Right? God, you're taking God out of the picture. So that's why it's like serving idols. Noach l'ratzos. And he is very easily appeased. Right? He gets angry easily, but he's easily appeased. Is Yotzes Scharo b'Hefsedo. Kolomer Hefsedo Meruba, he is more loss than it is a reward. It's a very good thing that he is easily appeased. He calms down easily, but he's always getting mad about everything. So a person like that, there's not too much benefit from the fact that he gets appeased easily. Since because any second he can get angry. So it comes out that all of his life he's just getting angry about something. Somebody's getting him angry. The government, the taxes, the weather. And it's true that he easily says, well, I shouldn't get angry about that. But then the next second he gets angry about something else. So therefore, this is terrible. That's what it says. Anyone who gets angry, that all sorts of hell rule over him. So what's that? That's talking about a person that easily angers, but he's easily forgets being angry. He says that's terrible because he's always going to be angry. Always going to be angry. Good, he'll easily forget it, but then the next second he gets angry again. What about a person that's very difficult to make this person angry? But once he does get angry, he really stays angry. That's really bad. And of course, he doesn't get angry except for very, very distant times, once a year. But when he stays angry, when he gets angry, he really gets angry. That's terrible. Says the Rebbe, yeah, it's true that it's terrible, but what he loses by remaining angry is he gains by the fact that it's very difficult to anger him. The fact, his bad aspect, that it's hard to appease him, to quiet him down, this is dwarfed by the reward, the good quality he has, that it's very difficult to get him angry. In other words, the scharo meruba, the reward is more than the loss. Since he doesn't get angry only once in a while. So it comes out that if why? Because usually he's a very calm person and he's a very, mature person. So the majority of time, he's okay. It's true that he is, once he gets mad, he doesn't stop. So that's very bad, no doubt about it. But on the other hand, it's better than a person that easily gets angry about everything. So every 5 minutes he's angry about everything. But every 4 minutes, he calms down. So he's angry 4 minutes. And then after that, he calms down and then he gets angry again for 4 minutes. So that's even worse. What about a person that's very hard to get him mad? But once he gets mad, it's very easy for him to stop. It's true that he gets angry once in a while. There's no person that never gets angry at all. I mean, things happen that really go against your grain. And sometimes a person is supposed to get angry. Like it says Pinchas ben Elazar, that he took the jealousy of Hashem. But usually if a person like this, it's against his nature to get angry. He doesn't like getting angry. Therefore, when he does get angry, and even if it's for a good reason, and by the way, good reason, it's easy to calm him down. So it says this person is a chassid. He's able to control himself. Like we said before, hesach hadat. He can remove his mind from his bad thoughts and emotions. That's a chassid. He does things more than what's expected of him. He gets angry very rarely, and when he does get angry, he calms down quickly. And here we have the worst of all, a person that's very easy to get him angry and very difficult to calm him down. Shekoasu li'itim karovos. He gets angry very frequently. I'll call davar katan on any little thing. The af omed, and he also is very stubborn, and you cannot calm him down. This person is a Russia. And also it says in the Nedarim, call a koes. Anyone who gets angry, you should know that he has more, debts, spiritual debts, than he does merits. Like it says, Ish af yigorem mishle in Proverbs, Ish af yigorem madon. An anger of a person, this invites judgment. Ubal chema rav pesha. And one who is always, in fury, as he's got a lot of sins. The Odomer says, lo tertach v'lo tachta. It says, don't get angry, don't boil over in anger, and do not sin. In the Tanya, it says it much better. There's a whole big chapter where he brings from the Baal Shem Tov, where he explains why it says that a person that gets angry worships idols. And essentially what it says is what I told you before, that a person gets angry because he thinks that God is not doing whatever happens. Who cuts me off? That guy cut me off in my car. It's not God that caused this to happen. It's he. So therefore, I left God out of the picture. Leaving God out of the picture is not a Jewish thing to do. And that's why it says it's like worshiping idols. You've taken God out of the picture. The oneness of God, there's nothing. Okay, that is Pirkei Avos. Now let us go to